The great American poet, who as far as I know was not a Buddhist, his name was John Mellencamp. He sang one of my favorite album of his, which is The Lonesome Jubilee from 1987. He said, "There's a good life right across this green field, and every generation stares at it from afar. But we keep no check on our appetite. So those green fields turn to brown like paper in fire. Unchecked cravings, not just desire or lust or greed or blood. It can be any longing. Longing for love, longing for acceptance, longing for respect, for peace, longing for any of these things that ordinary humans experience day in and day out. You don't have to be a pervert to experience these things. Legitimate yearnings of the heart can be that way too. But if they are unchecked, if they are unexamined, they can all become sources of misery and suffering. If you remember, Anakin Skywalker became Darth Vader not out of lust, not out of greed, not even out of hate, but rather because he had an unchecked love that led to fear and then led to despair. If it happened to a Jedi Knight, it can happen to anyone, what to tell you. And of course, you're right to ask, well, Buddhists, Jedi Knights, that's fine. We're Lutherans here, okay? And that happened to us, Lutherans. Okay? Well, we have the Ten Commandments, and we hold them very highly. Thou shalt not covet, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not murder. All those last 5 there, all of those check our base desires. Desires on other people, designs on places and things. All of them help us, if we meditate on those, to check whatever is driving inside of us. But they all pale in comparison to that one first commandment, the first and greatest commandment. You shall have no other gods before me. This first commandment is the first, not because the children of Israel who first received it were especially drawn to idols, although, of course, we know they were, but rather that all humans, all of us, are prone to idolatry. That's just the way we are. All humans, every human love, even the best love, the reflection of God's own love for us, can become idolatry. Love can grow and mature over time. We all hope it does. Or it can shrivel and die, and we've seen it all happen. But it can also become diabolical. It can turn possessive, manipulative. It can be harmful. If you've ever been in an abusive relationship or known someone who's gone through that particular form of hell, you know. Some other people put their lovers on a pedestal and smother them. Some people make their lovers into little gods and worship them. And that destroys relationship, leads to hate, fear, despair, and suffering. Love that is undisciplined, love that is unchecked, unexamined, becomes a cancerous mockery of God's real love. Martin Luther writes this. He says, and if you know your catechism, you can read along with me. It's the first part. What is the first commandment? Answer, you shall have no other gods. What is it? We should fear, love, and trust God above all things. Above all things. Even family, even friends. Above all these things means our relationships are ordered under our first relationship. Our relationship to God through Jesus Christ, who is the King of love and the Prince of peace. Every one of us in our relationships, at best, we want those relationships to mirror love and peace. That's what we want. The same Jesus says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all its righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. All of these things, these relationships, maybe even these possessions, maybe this prosperity, all of these things, but especially those things that make us what we are, our relationships, parents, brothers, sisters, wives, husbands, children, friends, co-workers, all of these relationships that make us what we are, all these things shall be added unto you. So, beloved, for this next year, 2009, here at St. Mark's, we are going to endeavor in three things. We are going to endeavor to order these relationships in three ways. We are going to worship and do our best to provide worship services that will order our lives, all of our lives. Just by dint of repetition when it comes to liturgy, we are going to offer more worship this year than I think we have. We have a more ambitious schedule we've had in years. We'll have some healing services. We've got some special services planned. We've got a contemporary service in the evening. We've got this service in the morning. We will strive to make all of them as good as we can to provide our people the means to have an ordered life, an ordered relationships in light of their relationship with God. As well, second of all, we will continue to serve our community as we have done in the past. I have been a member of many churches over my lifetime, none of them as service-oriented as this one. None of them. We do that better than we do anything else here. I bet we do it better than anybody else in this county. This is what we do, and we're going to continue on in that. But also, thirdly, we are going to try as best we can to dig deeper, to meditate harder, to tune our lives better, to examine our relationships, our values, our feelings in the light of God's grace and mercy.